Welcome to the Kick Him in the Head podcast. And as always, I have an absolutely jam-packed MMA episode for you. Tonight, I'm joined by my bro, Achi, and who'll be joining us later. Hola, Achi, how are you doing tonight? Looking forward to talking all
Man,
things EFC 124.
bro, I'm excited, man. I'm excited. I'm extremely excited to see Barrett fight. So let's get on this fight card, man. Like, yeah. And
Speaking of it,
I'm literally, and I'm literally like ready to like see like myself get away from the bottom of the table. So yeah, this is my time. This is my time.
Why the hell
this
you
is your time.
lying? Why the hell
Hey,
you
man.
lying? Why the hell you
Yeah.
lying?
What's up, Ola?
Your timing was perfect, because he was just talking about enjoying this and the fights. And now we have the most epic African rivalry, the most, I guess, our favorite African derby, South Africa versus Nigeria. Boys, hola, welcome to the show. Welcome. Now, we heard what Aki had to say. Tell me how you feeling today and how are you feeling about EFC 124?
Hey, big up everybody in the chat. Salute to every single one of you. Big up my boy Aggie the Kraken. Salute to you, my
Solid.
boy. Big up Keith. Big up everybody in the back as well. Like I said. Oh yeah, salute to Kanye as well. Always big up Kanye, man. Look, I'm excited about this card
Yeah.
for for one simple reason. Yeah, we got a hell of a main event. We got a hell of a main event. I'm looking forward to it. Um, look, this sort of cards we've seen EFC cards. It's not one of the starkest, like you know what I mean, stacked, like like just stacked up, but it's not a bad card. It's a good card to look forward to, and yeah, come come
Look,
Thursday, it's gonna be one of those. And yeah, someone would just put in the chat, yeah, uh, Kraken just put in the chat. Zondi's back, you know what I mean? Zondi is one of them brothers that you got to look forward to. And yeah, I mean, look, we have an interesting card on our hands, and let's look forward to them. The main thing that what would be what would be my bonus main event is, to to see whether Kraken actually makes it inside the arena. See if he gets in there because we're still waiting. Yeah, well, we want to
and
see what Graham and those guys are gonna do, man. You know what I mean? So,
Hey, man, like,
and we
I'm
shall
waiting for the
soon
next.
see.
Yeah, the
But getting
parlay
into the
bus.
card, ooh, let's talk about them parlay busters. Well, we get to those boys. Now, let's start with this main card. Now, this is EFC 124, but so far in 2025, we have had a whole host of champions, more champions losing who had titles in 2024 than have won or defended this year. Now, we had Faiz Jacobs defending first, then we had JC Lamprecht defending, and now we have Zakir Badat looking to defend his welterweight title against an oncoming unknown opponent in the form of Segan Okonuki at EFC 124. But looking
hold on,
at
hold on,
this,
hold on, hold on,
yes,
hold on.
sir.
Don't just go around pronouncing my countryman's name like
Ooh,
some jackass, bro. You know what I mean? You say it properly, man, with some oomph. Shegun Ogunuki. That's how you say that
okay.
shit. You know what I mean?
So I
Yeah,
thank you
the
for the
same way, the
pronunciation.
same way I pronounce your countryman's names properly. Yeah, show some respect, brother. Yeah,
He's
Shegun
gonna get
Ogunuki.
Ogunuki tapped out.
So look, here's the thing on that one. You're 100% right, Ola. In terms of pronunciation, I give you. Ooh, that shouldn't happen. I give you that one, right? My bad, Segon Ognuki, right?
That was way better. That was way better. I like that. That was way better. Yeah, but that's way
Plus,
better,
I
man.
have to see him on Thursday, so I need to make sure I get it right at this point.
No. Yeah, that's what's up. If
But
you get to see him, if you get to stand there with him and get to see him, but I need a FaceTime, bro. Yeah, make it happen. If you do that, I need a FaceTime.
I got you, bro. So moving on. Okay, now let's chat about that fight because now we're talking about Segon. and he's coming up against Zakir Badat. Ahi, I'm shocked that you do not have your flag here. And then in the co-main, that's the main event. In the co-main, we have Mklauli versus Sovendle. Now, for me, that's
Yeah,
an
man. Think
absolute
again, man.
banger.
Think again.
Oh, the boys
Think
are
again.
ready.
Think
Come on,
You
again.
know,
I always
come
stay
on.
strapped,
boys are
man.
ready.
Hey, we can't
Always
see
stay
you
strapped.
cracking, man. We can't see you cracking. We
I'm
can't
Wait,
see
wait,
strapped.
wait.
you, bro.
Let me
I'm
make sure
Hey,
strapped,
people
man.
can see you both.
I'm strapped, man.
we can't
Let's
see you
go.
cracking. Come
Let's
on, let's
go. It's
do
time,
this.
baby.
Yeah, we
It's
got this.
time, baby.
Yeah, man.
It's time,
Naijano
baby.
the carry
Come on.
last. Naijano the carry last. I'm telling you, man. Come on, let's do this.
You, Ola, you and the great Koto Ramopo sound exactly the same. That's the thing he always says every time a Nigerian fighter is fighting is Nigeria know they carry last. No matter
Naijano the
what, know they carry
Naijano the
last.
carry last. Naijano the carry last. You get me? Come on.
Now let's get into that fight. Now we've got Takeba that coming up against Segun Ogunuki, right? Segun Ogunuki, right? And this is a tantalizing fight. Like we've got who is seeming like a dominant welterweight champion after defeating Luke Michael in the form of Zakir Badat, coming up against what I'll say is a contender in the AKA promotion. And we've seen the guys from AKO very quickly going to the UFC. Quite a few of them have already jumped across, like Josias Musasas. So having what is international competition, how did you guys feel about this coming up and having them being co-mained by a fight between Team Nata Kingsley Mtlaule and Sibusisu Triple S Umbenle, a former title contender? Like just as a co-main, how did you guys feel about EFC 124?
Yeah, I'll let Kraken go first. He the hosting nation, man. He's the hosting nation.
Yeah, man. I think this is like a really good matchup for Barat, because it's meant to test his, I would say, his range or his abilities to adapt to change. The AKL guys, like, bro, I used to watch those cards, and those cards are crackers, man. Those guys are crackers. Those guys are sluggers. Like, appreciate Kamaru Usman for pulling up with that promotion, for putting up that promotion. And I think this is kind of like a segue because I think Barat has outgrown the EFC. He's defeated the Duck, who was coming down to be a weight bully. He says he was chasing greatness, but he was not.
He
You
can't be a
don't chase
weight bully.
greatness
He's the
like
natural
that.
welterweight, bro. Come on.
You do not chase greatness by going up. Come on now. But like, yeah, like I said, man, I think Barat has outgrown the UFC, and this is just one of the moments there where he just, because Barat can strike, he can submit. I think he is international level. I don't want to say UFC level because we saw what Cameron Simon did. So so like what we have is, I think, Barat he's a good finisher. He's a good finisher. He's a good striker, and I think this is a great test for him. And I'm looking forward to seeing him dominate a Nigerian again, so that one of them Nigerians can come last. Because we know the score between South Africans and Nigerians, man. We know easy tap like a chicken, and I believe Og
Oof.
what Ognoke or Ognoke is gonna tap like a chicken.
Look, Ola, look, I've heard everything Ola said, right? But the thing, Ola, Aki, you mentioned the finishing. Ola,
Yeah.
but that
Yeah.
has 100% finish rate. 100%. Every fight he's won, he's finished, right? We
He's
have
spectacular.
Segon coming in with an 83% finish rate. Aki's talking about finishes. Is this fight going to get finished, or are these guys? Because when you have high level finishers, sometimes they seem to outmatch each other because they can't find each other's like weakness because they're both finishers. And do you think this fight's going to go the full distance, or will Badat see his first distance?
Um, look, I it's difficult to tell. It's difficult to tell because these two, obviously, Badat is it's a it's a it's a top champion. I got to respect his title. Number one, I got to give him respect where respect is due. But he's got Shegun coming into this fight and is on enemy territory. It's not on home turf like he's been doing at AKO. So this is all new sceneries for a fighter like Shegun. And yes, I understand he's been given this opportunity, but sometimes when you get opportunities like this, it's about taking your opportunities. And you start from the first round. The first bell rings, everything's reset, and then you go, right? So it's all about who's better on the night. And from the skill level of Badat, like we've seen there, you put it up earlier on, 100% finish rate, BJJ black belt, welterweight champ. But we also know that Shegun Ogunuki, you know, is he's got some finishing power as well. You know, he's in there with good striking, as you can see, kickboxing champion from his from a previous promotion. So I'm looking forward to it. More patriotism, optimism than what Badat, because I've seen what Badat can do. And look, Michael been in there with Badat, and it didn't go his way, and it's not something that I expected. So Shegun definitely got a tough fight on his hands. I'm not even gonna say that this is gonna be like a walk in the park or breeze for him, right? But this is what's gonna make that victory so much sweeter when Shegun conquers Badat, because that's the meaning of his first name, Shegun. It means conquering the war. That's the meaning of Shegun. Shegun means conquering the war. So when he conquers Badat, hit that clip that I dropped on you earlier on, man, because we're going to be doing celebratory dance. But put it on mute, though. Put it on mute. Yeah. But celebratory dance.
Sure? Are you sure I'm going to do that?
Hey, bro. Hey, bro, you're the king of mutes. You're the king of mute. Oh,
wait. I'm going to get a copyright strike for that, I'm sure.
I told you put it on mute and then you play it. Hey, cracking. We can't help South Africans, bro. Like I tried. I gave him good warning, bro. You know what I mean? I tried to save you, man.
So that's gonna be you when Segun beats Badat. So let me ask you, Afi. Wait, can you guys see what's happening? It's gone. Okay, let me get rid of that then.
Don't worry about that clip.
Do you think Ola's gonna have the opportunity to do that dance?
He hasn't even seen it. The people haven't.
Yeah, I haven't seen it.
You
I haven't seen it.
People haven't.
Bro, like I said, Barat is just phenomenal. You know, I think he's outgrown the EFC. He's international level, and this is just another, I would say another check mark. You know, another highlight reel for Barat, because Barat is just so, bro. Barat, he's so good. You know, he's so good. It's like he's kind of like a Faiz Jacobs. You know, he's kind of like a Faiz Jacobs, because who do you give this guy? You know, who do you give this guy? And yes, I appreciate the fact that like they went to get it like I would say is it an international fight if it's African, a continental fight?
Yes.
Yeah, a continental fight. So I personally thank the EFC for challenging Barat like that, because he needs that, and because I believe Barat after this win he should go to maybe I would say Brave, or maybe
even UAE. You know,
he's already fought in, I think it was Brave. He's already fought Brave.
Yeah, you see, so I think Barat should like he's the guy, man. He's the guy. I don't think he's getting younger. So I think he should go international, get paid some more, maybe go to the UFC, maybe after like maybe 5 fights, you know.
Okay, so let me no, you know what? We'll get to who you guys who you guys think is gonna win. I'm not gonna presume based on the flags at this point. I'm still gonna get into who you think is gonna win.
Come on, man.
Oh my goodness, what happened?
It's in the paint.
So hold on. You're not gonna presume based on the flags, but which patriots pulls up on their flag pulls up with their flag and picks against their flag. Is that what you do, Yao? Are you in the habit of are you in the habit of wrapping Ghana flags around you and picking against Ghana? Is that what's going on here, brother? Huh?
So let me
Yao.
ask you a simple question.
No,
Have
no,
you
no,
ever
no,
seen
no.
it happen?
You can't be asking questions with questions, bro. Like, come on, dog. You know what I mean? Is that what you do? Do you wrap
Such a thing
The
is not
Ghanaian
possible.
flag around you and then pick against Ghana? Is that what you
Such a
do,
thing is
bro?
not possible. Such a thing is not possible. However, I can say that I have picked against Abdul Razak Al Hassan. I have picked against him, but I did not know. Wait, no, 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 no. Wait. I did not wrap the flag at that point. I was not 10 toes down. Okay,
Ah,
that's all I'm saying. Okay, I'm just gonna, because if you look back, it's there somewhere on the internet. So let me not deny it. You
Hey,
know.
hey, cracking. That tells you if he's able to pick against Abdul Razak, he's
Oh.
gonna one day pick against DDP. Blood, watch. Yeah,
yeah, I see
yeah.
him. I
Man.
see him. I
Man,
see that little
keep an
snake.
eye on Yao,
I
bro.
see
Keep
that
an
little
eye on him.
snake.
Keep,
That
No,
snake
no, no,
right
wait.
there.
yeah,
That little snake.
Hang on.
he's already
It's
picked
true,
against
but
Cameron. He's already picked against Cameron already as it is. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I didn't know. I didn't pick against Cameron.
Hey,
I
now,
just
but
didn't
what?
pick
we
him
know how
as
we all feel about Cameron.
he
We
was
know
even
how we
my
all
dog
feel
of the
about
week in
Cameron.
the last card. Come on,
Yeah, I
come
know, I
on.
know. I'm
Don't do
fucking
me
with you
dirty.
because I dared you to pick him with it, so you drop the points. It worked.
Okay. So I think with that, let's get into the rest of the card and the fights to watch. I kind of messed up my slides, but let's get it. Let's go. So on the rest of the card, as I said, we have the fight between Nkauli and Sovente as the co-main. We have Pretorius versus Benedito, Gonzalez versus Yemba, Smith versus Ngama Twini, Rush Hour, let's get it, let's go, versus Kelvin Smith. Intando, the Zulu warrior, is back. Intando Zondi is back versus God knows Ndlovu. We've got Sitwabe versus Bembe. Don't say it, Ahi. We've got Bosco versus Adams. Jungula versus Intene.
It was
We've
here. It was here.
I knew it. I knew it.
Yeah, that was in the
We've got
chamber, bro.
That was impeccable timing,
That
bro.
was
It was
loaded, bro.
impeccable timing.
Then we've got Imbizani versus Nakana and Siabe versus the debutante Lamprecht. Okay, we've already spoken at length about Badat versus Ogonoki, but on this card, Ola, at the top of the show, you said that it's not as stacked as you're used to, but which fights are you looking forward to on this card?
Yeah, definitely. Kevin Snakes for me, man. Is you know I'm a big fan of Snakes. Um, and I like his camp. I like the people that the people that he works around, that he trains with, his training partners, the gym that he trains in, like the work ethic over there. We see what Blammy Shadrach is on right now. These guys, they work together, and for these guys, they aiming for the highest prize in whatever division they're in. And yes, Kevin has been out with injury for a long time. That injury did him real bad, but he's come back. And in his last fight, correct me if I'm wrong, it kind of looked like he hasn't been in there for a while. He looked it,
Mm,
right? But I like this activity because he's dusted himself down and he wants to start racking up them W's. You know what I mean? He wants to start
mm.
making up for lost time, if you like. And activities like this can only be good for somebody like Kevin Snake. So yeah, that's really the fight. Apart from Shegun Oguniki, that's really the fight that I'm looking forward to the most on this card. And,
Now,
and Zondi
Snakes
as
did
well,
say,
obviously. But
of
that
course,
that's
Zulu
that's
Warrior
that's cracking
is
fight.
back.
You know what I mean?
So Kevin Snakes did say at the press conference that look, he's not willing to rush it. He's not looking for a title shot anytime soon. He's looking to build himself to where he needs to be, whether
Yeah,
it's 2 fights, 3 fights, 4 fights, for him to get
that's it.
into title contendership. And like
Mhm.
you just said, that's a reasonable mindset. Some of us can come in and be great fighters. I'm talking about Black Panther, where you can get into title contenders a spot within 2 or 3 fights, but it's also okay to go the distance and try and build yourself. So I agree with you. You know, it's good to see him back. Let's hope he can get the regularity
Yeah.
of fighting. As I can say, Kelvin Smith is getting against Lee Shane Gamatwini. That's definitely one fight I'm looking forward to because we've seen Kelvin, I think, from EFC 119, which is basically like from November last year. I think he might be on his fourth or fifth professional fight at this point. Wins, losses, but lots of learnings. So that fight I'm looking forward to. We've got Lee Shane Gamatwini coming out of our guy Shadrach Blamby's camp down in PE, East London, PE, East London. One of those. Wait, which one is it? Akhi? Is it East London or PE? It's PE.
Okay, P. He's P.
Yeah, it's PE. My
You
bad.
there,
Yeah.
Kraken?
So I don't think Kraken's awake.
Still here, bro. I'm still here. Still here.
This
I'm
is
waiting
gonna be
for my
cracking at
turn.
the arena, man. Like,
I'm waiting for my turn. I'm waiting for my I'm waiting for my turn to talk, bro. I'm waiting for my turn to talk.
But yeah, so for me,
Kraken is
that's
lit right
definitely
now.
that's definitely the fight I'm looking forward to is between
Yeah.
those two because I think
Jo-
whoever wins
sorry,
that.
sorry, Geoffrey. I just gotta address this. And that's what I mentioned earlier on. But you have to take into account how long he's been out due to injury. And he's just working his way back. But even with him looking terrible, still look what he did in the fight. And if you saw him before he got injured, he looked fantastic. Now going into now building the confidence, shaking some of that rust, that octagon rust, that hexagon rust away off of him. He needs activity. He needs activity, staying healthy, training with the right people, and his mojo is going to be back. He's going to look like he never left. Just give him a couple more fights, and you're going to see the best of Kevin Snakes.
So Achi, how about you? We've got what? Look, Ola. For me, this card it might not be stacked, but it's a very enjoyable card.
Oh yeah,
Honestly, Ashley Calvert is a matchmaker of note. Even Graham Cartmel, the lead matchmaker, acknowledged it yesterday. The fact that he could get Ntandu Zondi, who we know his level right now, and Setwape versus Bembe on the prelims. Because these are high
Yeah,
level, like these are decent fighters. To
yeah.
get them on the prelims. You've had God knows and Glove who's also been on the main card before. And now they so for me, that speaks to how decent this card actually is. But actually, tell me the fights that you're looking forward to here. What are you looking forward to?
Man, obviously, I'm looking forward to seeing Zondi like continue his I would say his run in the EFC, man. Like I appreciate the fact that he kind of lost because I wanted him to have had faced adversity before he moved to another promotion. So I think I'm looking forward to seeing the comeback, the resurgence of the star that he is, Zondi. But bro, like, can I just say, man, this Musa versus Bembe fight, it's kind of growing on me. It's kind of I'm kind of
hey,
used to
hold
it.
on, wait a minute.
It's kind of growing on me.
It's growing.
Listen,
The
it's kind of
Battle of the
growing.
Parlay Busters, you call it.
The battle of the parlay
The
busters,
master,
man. Like,
the master
because
is growing on
now I
him.
want to know. I would say, like, if they had been fighting somebody else, okay, like I would be like, Bembe, Musa. But then because it's the two of them, and they are synonymously known for not going or not having the tank to go the extra mile and winning the fight, you kind of wonder which I would say which shit box car is gonna blow its engine first. So I would say that's
Nah,
that's
nah,
where I'm looking forward
nah,
to
that,
this. It's like a
bro,
train
there,
train
there's
wreck.
there are worse matches on this card, man. Like that one there, like you said, it should be growing on you. There's
Yeah,
a couple worse ones than that on this card. So
yeah. But like
I don't
even
think that's the worst.
I think you guys don't have the I think Villagazi fight, like the boy from Mamelodi, or do we have
Hmm.
him here?
No,
Villagazi.
is he fighting now?
Yeah,
No, no, we
Villagazi is
don't.
the last fight. I think they just added them recently because I'm on the
I
EFC
see.
website right now. Yeah,
Okay, so there's
I
one
think
fight
they
that we don't have
recently
here.
just
Cool.
added them.
So
So
that's
I
so
think
that's
the
they don't.
Villagazi fight, because like he's coming from the Lucky Makeka fight camp, Mamelodi Warriors, and I like seeing what those
Lucky
guys are doing.
Majubas.
yeah, they fighting against all these promotions who have like massive sponsors, and they just like a bunch of hood kids just slugging it out. So their gym is currently unproven. Um, Other than that they have Lucky and a few other fighters in the stable, but like um, Vilakazi is one of my favorite fighters. He's a good friend of mine, and I'm looking forward to seeing him fight. I just hope that he doesn't like turn into a Kati Kati. I just hope he doesn't turn into a Kati Kati or turn
Shout,
into a
shout out
Machuba.
TK, man. Shout out TK, man. You know what I mean?
A mighty
Yeah,
warrior. Because it takes a warrior
yeah,
to
so
lose and keep coming back. Like, let's be honest.
yeah,
Shout out TK, bro.
yeah, man. So I would say that, man. Like, I just hope he doesn't turn into like a Machuba, because like then he's gonna like literally tap in front of your face,
Hey, bro,
like
you're selling out all your people. I thought these were
Bro,
your
this
people, dog.
brother
Like,
is
these
come
just
are
on,
some of
shooting.
your
man.
favorite
They're
fighters, homie.
He's
Like,
just
come on.
shooting. He's just shooting the fighters.
Bro.
We try.
If they busting up my parlays, bro, they taking my money with them. They taking my money with their respect. Come on, with my respect. Come on now,
Fair enough.
like come on.
Bro.
I hated Peace because he busted my parlays. I hated Peace because he busted my parlays because I believed in him. I believed in him. I
And now the
believed in
thing
him.
is, you realize that technically he busted your last parlay because you didn't pick him.
Yeah, true that. True
You
that.
should have
But like,
believed
trust
in
me,
him.
You should have
I
believed
I
in him.
should trust me, bro. We know Peace. Peace loses, he wins. He loses, he wins. He loses, he wins. It's like that. He's like I would say who? He's like a Sean Strickland. He's like a Sean Strickland.
Interesting
Yes,
comparison.
Sean Strickland went on a tear. Yes, you know, he went on a tear,
I mean,
but
peace we take that consideration. Strickland is a former champion, man. And,
true,
he'll
yeah,
take that.
against but like that's the thing, like check Sean Strickland's fight against Dricus last time. You expected him to pull through because you expected him to pull the same thing he pulled when he was fighting Izzy, but he didn't. So
Hmm.
I would say that like I'm excited for the Vilakazi fight, the Vincent Bembe fight, um, the Zondi fight, and I want to see what Joel's brother is good at. I want to see what Joel's brothers is good at. Like Team CIT, always, I have to support the brothers down there. And yeah, man, like seeing a Nigerian tap is, I would say, like just a cherry on top.
I think
Yeah.
Koso is gonna have some choice words for you tomorrow if he hears about that. But
Hey,
that's
man.
okay too.
Hey, man.
Big up
Yeah,
my
let's
boy
go.
Hudson, man. You know what I mean? Shout out Bilal Ramopo. Big up that brother. Yeah, man. That's the homie.
But look, let's get into it. Let's get into the actual odds.
God.
To anyone watching, you will find us doing a live watch along at EFC 124 from 7 p.m. for the main card on Thursday, the 5th of June. So do stay tuned for that live on YouTube. We also do a watch along on Instagram for the prelims. So please do subscribe to all our channels. Now, let's get into the actual odds on not just who we're looking forward to seeing, but who is likely to win. And let's get to our predictions. So, the fight I didn't want to ask you about at the top. Let's talk about the first fight on the main card, the title fight between Badat and Ogunoki. Now, guys, I'm gonna switch to this so you guys can show your flags proudly, because I'm just going
Yeah.
at this point. Let me go with the assumption of you supporting who you have around your necks, and then let's go to the odds. Ola, how comfortable are you with how high? Well, you're not even holding your flag high. How comfortable are you with your flag based on what the odds say? Let's start with you on that one.
Uh, I mean, look, I'm comfortable with the odds because it's going to earn me good points. It's going to earn me good points at the end of this match weeks, and we now know that the higher the odds, especially if they come in, the higher you go on the table because you don't just get normal points. You win by odds calculation, right? Right.
Yes.
So if that's the system we're going with, the higher the odds, I'm saying give it to me. You know what I mean? Especially if I was going to pick him anyways. Them odds there just looks extra nice, extra juicy, extra crispy, extra all everything's extra on this thing. You know what I mean? That 6.50 odds that I'm looking at right there. If that comes through, that's guaranteed money in my pocket, bro. You know what I mean? So
mm.
guaranteed money, guaranteed points, guaranteed win. We're going with Shegun Ogunoki on that one there. And I'm confident.
Whew. Achi, so look, he's laid a very good case for everything around why he's picking Segun. Let's hear from you. Who you picking?
Man, I'm picking Bharat, man. I'm picking Bharat. I will not lie. I just hate that the odds are that high because, like, it's gonna give somebody, like, it's gonna give
Are you
somebody
worried
who
about saying
shall
that?
remain unnamed. Who shall remain unnamed. It's gonna give him like bragging rights for days, bro. Because like that's almost seven, bro. That's almost like
It
seven,
is.
you know. But yeah, I'm picking Bharat over him anytime, man. Like I think, like I said, I think the odds are just that high because uh, Ola's guy is just like unproven in the EFC, and they're wondering if he's gonna live up to, not live up, but like be able to manage the heat that is the Performance Institute. You know, the one
Bro,
who's supposed to
it's
be.
you lot that live in winter, bruv. Yeah, we don't have winter in Nigeria, bruv. Yeah, you lot have winter over there, about. Oh, is he gonna be
Trust
able
me,
to live
bro.
with the heat? We got heat all through the year, my guy. Yeah, don't you
It's
worry
just
Okay.
about none of that. It gets cold
Look,
in
I
South
want.
Africa.
Sorry, wait. I do want to get onto the other fights, but Ola, okay, I hear you that it gets cold in South Africa, but let me ask you: do you have altitude of 1,400 to train?
Yeah, in Port Harcourt. What are you talking about?
Does he train in Port Harcourt?
Yeah, yeah, he do.
Does, no, no,
He
no.
trains all around the
Does
country, bruv. Yeah,
see,
calm
ah
it's
down,
look?
simple
calm
as
down,
city.
All
and
I'm saying
hey,
is
hey,
when you're in
you're
the
you,
EFC,
you're,
It's
try- you're,
simple.
listen,
you're
It's
trying.
very
bro,
mature.
it's not an easy place, Ola.
Hey,
You've
bro.
never stood in that place. That is not an easy arena. It looks okay on TV, but that place is tough, bro.
Hey, listen,
Bro, like
listen.
even I
Man,
get like a little bit like fatigued from just shouting because of the
he,
heat.
he, it's not go. It's not going there to shout. He's going there to knock out by that buff. Like what? Like
Okay,
what?
let's see what time. Let's see what
Bro, this
time.
brother got hit in his hand. Them head kicks that you've been begging for, you're gonna get in abundance, bruv. Yeah, that head kick that you're looking for, yeah, you're gonna get that in abundance from Shegun Ogunoki against Badat. He's gonna kick Badat's head, kick him in the head. Yeah, that's what we're coming with, man. We're coming with all that energy, bro. All that energy. He's gonna kick
I
Badat
think
in the head, bruv. Kick his head off.
for me, you guys have done all the work. I'm going, but that's all I have to say. It's just I think
You better, because I'm gonna deport your ass. I'm gonna deport you.
What?
You better,
The boy back
you
to where
better.
Ghana?
Yeah, but deport
good
him back
luck.
to Ghana. I don't think even in Ghana they want him back.
But you
That's
said
what's
I
Ghana
up.
don't
don't
think
even
But
even in
want
Ghana
him.
they want him back.
Abdul Razak will be waiting for your beach house.
You better, boy. You better.
Be like, you bitch.
he saw that video I did.
Yo, I will personally send it to him, bro.
Oh, he could
Why
go
you
to
guys
the
gotta sell me
US.
out on the internet? What's your
He could go
problem?
to the US or something.
We could have talked about this in private, because. But
Oh
okay,
shit.
wait, okay, sorry. Okay, so we have Jeffrey Lawton in the chat who's going Batat and Clauli, Gonzalez and Benito. Wow, he's heavy on the underdogs here. But no, wait, he's only got one underdog, Benito. Ooh, that 4.3 on Benito is also very sexy if I look at Jeffrey Lawton's picks. But let's get into the second fight, Nklauli versus Sovendle. Aki, let me start with you in this one. We've got Triple S coming back after his defeat, his head kick defeat to
Yeah.
Faiz Jacobs against the Kingslayer, who is now a title contender in Timna Nklauli. How do you see this one going? Who do you think wins this one? And with those odds, how has a title contender in the form of Spusiso Suvendle gone from, well, contending for a title to being, what, a 2-point spread between him and his opponent in a co-main event?
Did you see his opponent's last fight? Did you see his opponent's last fight?
Yes, he mauled
He
him.
mauled somebody, bro. He
Yeah,
mauled.
yeah, yeah.
And like, so Ventle, shouldn't he be suspended, bro, from that
For?
head kick? Should he be
Hey,
suspended? Like,
that's a fair point.
What did he
shouldn't
kick
he
him?
be suspended? Because like I was like,
What did he
it's
That
do
like
was
the
an
it's the
ground
same
and
LLC.
pound
It
him?
like
was,
he
it was
should,
No,
like two
LOC, loss
months
of
ago.
consciousness, because he got basically knocked out. So you have to go about 2 or 3 whatever months. That's what
Oh,
he's
since,
saying.
since, since. Right. So
You
medical
know,
suspension.
yeah, because
Mm-mm.
I thought he was medically suspended, but like then I was like, okay, I think they just
That's a good
he
question.
accepted this fight solely because he was fighting a grappler, I would say, and he's not expecting to get head kicked. You know, again, and maybe the odds say
He might
he's
get
not
a
gonna
rude
get head kicked.
awakening, bro.
Yeah, man,
He-
because like I think uh, it's too early for him to be fighting again. So
I agree.
because I think also the training, bro, like being in camp
Hmm.
like twice
That's a
in
good
like
point.
what a span of like maybe 2.5 months, like that's something else, and that's gonna take a toll on him. I think he
That's
might
true.
gas out or something. But hey, man, like let me just
Especially
say,
losing Crowley's grappling.
yeah, Cloudy, I just want to see him because like last time I saw him through posts and stuff, and I saw his fight playback, but like I didn't see him fighting per se. And I saw he had the Khabib. I know Ola's gonna love that. The Khabib hat. I know Ola's gonna love that. But
Tim
yeah,
Khabib,
so
man. Tim Khabib.
yeah, man. So I'm looking forward to seeing him grapple and maul Boosie. So why is he even here, bro? Like that's the concerning thing,
Mm. That's a
Like
good.
why
That's a good
is he
point.
here?
Yeah, I
Why
mean,
is he?
sometimes look, I'm gonna make a case for this brother.
Yeah,
It's not like right at the top of the food chain yet in certain promotions where they are, and this is one of the things that we spoke about in the last time that we spoke in terms of creating medical insurance and access for all these fighters, um
yeah,
and when you're talking about medical suspension from from just being out, like being out, and it's not meant to be back yet. I mean, he could be thinking this brother is going to come in to grapple him, and he might just find out that this brother has learned the game plan from the last time this brother got knocked out,
yeah. Yeah,
and then he
maybe
want
he
to do
hit
the
it
same
again.
and
Mm.
just get that surprise. So, you know, um, yeah, I
Okay.
can see your concern, Kraken, and we should be concerned because the welfare of these fighters are the most important in the first place. But at the
Yeah,
same time, they got to put food on the table, and I can
real.
imagine in South Africa, if somebody like a Eagle Smiley Kabesa, the champ, the goat, is still
Yeah,
doing regular jobs out there in South Africa, then this brother needs food on the table, man. And I can see that's why he's putting his health on the line to come and get in there and entertain the people and get paid so he can, so he can put lights on, keep a roof over the head, and pay for his gym training and everything else that's going on in his life. So salute to him for that. But also we are very, very concerned about their health and their welfare.
yeah, man. Like I just wish I was at the press conference. But like if he loses, I just wanna. I hope I don't get like banned from the EFC for this question, but I just want to ask Graham like what was the thought process of like patching him up so soon?
I, I,
You
I,
know?
I can almost guarantee you that he asked for the fight rather than Graham offering it to him. I can
Okay.
almost guarantee you that
Okay.
that would
Yeah.
have been
Maybe.
the
Yeah.
case.
I think per se because like he never really fought with his fight against Fahiz. He never got to scrap.
Yeah,
So
it
I
was
would
very
say
short.
maybe
Yeah,
maybe he wants to prove himself again.
yeah, he would have
Yeah, but
asked
like,
for
yeah,
this.
that's a very good. For the first time ever, I'm gonna agree with Ola right there. Like, yeah, for the first
Yeah,
time, you can pin that. Like,
no
Yeah,
capture it.
arguments.
hey, I'll
It's never
take that,
happening
man. I'll
again.
take that. I'll
It's
take that,
never
man.
happening again.
Okay, so Ola, you didn't actually pick who's going to win. So you're saying Cloudley.
Yeah, I'm saying Cloudly as
Okay,
well.
I, I think that one. Look, I respect Triple S, but Achi said it all. He's come back too soon, and I think with Timna's style, his suppression wrestling, similar to Luke Michael, I think it's just gonna be too much too soon for Triple S. So I think maybe Timna and Cloudley for me. Now the next fight. Ooh, if you listen to the press conference, everyone, if you haven't watched the press conference from EFC 124, the press conference was lots of fun. I had a good time watching it. very specifically the interactions between Guts Gonzalez, Steven Gonzalez, who was in the featherweight pre Grand Prix previously last year, coming up against Baba Yaga, Shadrach Yembe. Now, if you don't know these two guys, you know. So if you don't know these two guys, the one thing you need to know is that this is about to be a head kick special. These boys both swing their legs straight for their head without any hesitation. Baba Yaga in his last fight could literally hear me screaming, kick him in the head, and tried it at least 3, 4 times, but didn't get the head kick with him. So he might try it again. Steven Gus Gonzalez. Oh my god! So look, this fight is exciting. I think if I look at the odds, fortunately, Baba Yaga is a 2.25 underdog because he's gonna win this fight. So I'm picking him straight off the bat. If I look at between his age, his skill, his skills on the mic, especially yesterday, he called out Steven Gonzalez, which was very, very exciting because he said, Steven Gonzalez said, "Listen, I'm going to have intentions. You'll see it tomorrow, or you see it on Thursday, but it's like chilled." And Baba Yaga's like, "What intentions? State them now. If you want to come at me, come at me." Very fun stuff. So that fight's going to be very, very exciting. So I got Baba Yaga all the way. Ola, who do you have in this fight between Steven Gonzalez, and what do you think of those odds having the international and more seasoned but much older fighter being the favorite?
Yeah, this is I'm I'll be very, very interested to understand the, like what Kraken was thinking about why Graham would have given. It's the same thing I'm thinking about World Sport betting and why that odds came about, how that odds came about. But I'm not complaining because I'll be picking Shadrach as well. Just for them odds on his own. But he's been on a tear. He's been on a tear in his last 4 fights. You know what I mean? He's got that nice juicy submission anaconda choke against TK Tapiwa Katikati. We also see him against Lucky Bosco. With
Against who?
Lucky
You tell
Bosco.
me against Kati Kati? Come on,
No,
man.
I'm just
That's
I'm
not
just telling you
good.
about Lucky. I'm just telling you about
Look,
that win
it's facts.
against Lucky
Look,
Bosco. Against Lucky
couldn't
Bosco,
use
and
Denver.
then and then he's got that win against Nkosi Doyisa. So this brother can finish. Knockout, submission, he's got it all. And I think we're gonna see another finish against Gonzalez come Thursday. I mean, Baba Yaga. His name sounds like the boogeyman from
Baba
John
Yaga.
Wick. From John Wick. You know what I mean? Anybody
Yeah.
that's seen John Wick, you know exactly what I'm talking about.
Look, he was definitely the boogeyman at that conference. Achi, what do you think of these odds? Older fighter, more intense, younger fighter looking to become a contender. Who's winning this one?
Man, I personally think Baba Yaga's kind of losing this one, Steven, listen, man, like, you do not get points for submitting Kati Kati. You do not get points for submitting Kati Kati. I hate to say it, man. I hate to say it. Yes, Kati Kati is a smooth fighter. He's a smooth fighter. But let's look at let's look at the fact that who's this? Is it Steven? Steven, yeah. Let's look at Steven. Steven was scheduled to fight like one of the greatest, Demba Sek. He was he was scheduled to fight Demba Sek. He lost to Zwane. Yes, he lost to Zwane. Yes, he's also submitted. But like I think the caliber of fighter he fought next, you know, uh, puts him into that category of like he's better. He's had more wars. He's I would say he's seasoned. I would say that he's faced tough opponents. I think that's why the odds are like that. Favoring Steven. But like I said, man, you do not get points for submitting Kandika, who's currently on a 10-fight skid. Yes, my guy also won against Kati.
So
Like
what about the
that,
other two finishes? You keep talking about Katikati like, Baba Yaga don't
It's
got
the only
two
fight.
more finishes on top of that.
yeah. Let me say, yes, Shadrach, what like KO. Kudos to that. Like he's a striker, but like, come on,
Thank
man.
you for giving
Yes,
him kudos. You know?
yes, kudos. He's a good striker. I would say that. But like, let's say this, man. You do not Kati takes takes a cut for. He's like a PD Coxon. Like I think he's even greater on the gold list for bum status in the in the in the losing section. Like he's better than PD Coxon in the gold status for. So yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing this fight. I'm looking forward to seeing this fight. Y'all said like Yamba's gonna win. I'm looking forward to screaming, kick him in the head in his face when Yamba loses. Yeah, let's have it. Let's have it like that. That's my fight. I think I'm kind of emotionally invested in this fight too. Now that y'all picked Yamba to win. Yeah,
And you can't blame Baba Yaga for beating Tapiwa Katikati as well. But like you say, you don't get points
Oh,
for choking him out. You can't blame him for beat. You can only beat who's in front of you, bro. You know what I mean?
yeah,
That's your opponent on a given night. You gotta go out there and do the job. It's
real.
it's kill me or kill you. It's how it is. Baba Yaga got
Yeah,
the job done, and he's four in a row right. He's four in a row right now.
yeah. But
So
his last fight before Katikati, he fought somebody who was like on is it 3-0? 0-3, I mean. He
yeah,
fought Nkosi who was
you can
0-3.
only fight who's in front of you, like I said.
Yeah, but then come on, man. Like imagine like you have an 0-3 guy, then you have a Katikati. Come on, man. Make that make sense. Make that make sense. This guy
mhm.
You know the only thing that makes
down.
sense?
He
You're
was
the bottom of
touted
the
to fight. He
table.
was
That's the
touted to fight.
only thing that makes sense.
Okay.
That's also true.
Okay.
Let's move forward. Let's move forward.
Yeah.
That's also true. Okay, moving forward, the next fight between Pretorius and Benedito. Now, Ola, let me start with you on this one again. Pretorius versus Benedito, Angola versus South Africa, coming back from an injury versus a long-standing member of the EFC. Who do you have in this fight?
Yeah, I'm definitely going for Kevin Snakes on this one. I think this one's a no surprise to everybody how high I've been on Kevin Snakes. So yeah, I'm not even gonna waste any more time. I'm going with Kevin Snakes.
Yeah.
Achi?
4-0, Kevin Snakes. And 4-0. I think yeah, we're gonna do that.
I
We're gonna
thought
do
I thought
Kevin.
I thought I thought you weren't going to agree with me again, bro. Like, what's going on? That's
Okay.
the second
Second time
time
tonight.
tonight.
It's a very
Like,
interesting night.
what's going on,
Very
Cracky?
interesting night.
Hey, no. But I can go against South Africa. I cannot go against
Oh,
South
you can
Africa.
do it, but I can't. Oh, okay. You guys are gonna
Yeah,
sick up
yeah,
Razak on me. Send him my number. Okay, cool.
yeah.
Uh,
You're fucking with me, y'all.
Kevin Pretorius.
okay, look on this fight. I'm gonna go with Kevin Pretorius. I think Benedito's odds are very sexy, very nice. He's 2-1 professionally. He has a decent amateur career, but I think Kevin's experience will come out in this one. So I'm going Kevin Pretorius as well. Now the final fight on the main card. We have Smith versus Gamatwini, the fight that I'm looking forward to. Achi, let me start with you on this one. We have Joel's brother, Kelvin, who, as you said, he's fought a lot since last year, coming up against Lihle Ngamatwini, who is, at this point, I'd say, about to be a contender in the flyweight division based on how he got gassed out in his last fight, but how his career seems to be progressing. 3-1 versus 4-2. Who do you have in this fight?
Yeah, man. I think I would say Joel's brother, Smith. Smith is I would say a submission specialist, and we have the guy he's fighting. I think Liche. He's from like the who he fights with he trains with Shorty. He trains with Shorty, and I think those
Tando
guys.
Biko.
Yeah, Lutando Bigo, and I think those guys they have that thing, but they haven't like there's just something missing. And judging from the caliber that Smith trains with, he's a really good submission specialist. And come on, man, who bets against CIT? Who bets? I would never bet against CIT. I know you guys bet against CIT, but like, yeah, I think
How do
Smith.
you know, bro?
Hey man, y'all vote who? You all of y'all voted for peace, innit? All of y'all voted for peace.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but that wasn't
y'all
going
voted
against
for peace.
CIT. That was just being logical, bro. I'm going to tell you
I
every
bro,
time.
carried
I,
I
bro.
carried my cross. I died by my cross. I died by my
Yeah.
cross.
Okay. we'll accept it. Just to shout back to the other fight in the chats, Shadrach gonna run through Gonzalez like Topuria is next from Michael B. Gambling. You know what it is, Michael. Definitely Shadrach. And Jeffrey Lawton says, Fort No One, Tiny Strauss, Jim, I'm with you. I think that fight he's talking about Kevin Pretorius versus Ben. No, wait, I think that's Gonzalez. That's the Gonzalez
Yeah,
fight,
the
actually.
Gonzalez fight is talking about. Yeah.
Yeah, he's with Tiny. So in this fight between Ngamatwini and Smith, I don't know why the odds are like that though. I hear you about him not having, done much, but he has a submission finish himself, two decision wins, and when you have a finisher against I don't want to call it decision merchant. Normally, the decision merchant knows how to take the decision and win. The finisher has to finish to win, and if they can't finish, they lose on decision. So, for that reason, I'm tending towards Ngamtwini because I think it's going to go the distance. He's going to manage, and when you have submission skills yourself, you know how to defend submissions. So, for that reason, I think Kelvin's going to struggle to get the submission. If he doesn't get the submission, and it goes the distance, I think Litle would have then done enough. So I think I'm going Gumtree by decision on that one. Now that's all the fights on the main card. Now we're going to come to the prelims. The prelims,
Well, I don't get to pick who wins between
you
Smith
didn't
and.
pick. Wait,
No, you
wait.
didn't
When
ask
didn't
me,
you
bro.
pick?
No,
Why
you
did
just
you
went,
dirty, bro?
bro. You went.
Oh,
I do this
nasty
all the
work.
time. So
Talk
hey,
to us.
listen, I'm guilty of this as well, man. Especially when I'm high in a motherfucker. But uh, yeah, I'm gonna be picking Smith as well. I'm gonna be picking Smith. For me, the one thing is down to his activity, how regular he fights. I mean, this brother has had what 5 fights in like the last year. It's crazy the rate of his
11
activity.
months. Yep.
Yeah, it's wild the rate of his activity, and in that last 5 fights, the regularity was fighting. We're talking within a month or 2 months at the most. Is the longest he's been without a fight was the last fight he just had, and the one they had before that. That was like 6 months, but the rest is like 2 months, 1 month, 2 months, 1 month. It's like in there. So for me, active fighter like that always high on my list. So yeah, I'm going to be going with Smith on this one. And shout out to Joel as well.
In the chat, Michael B. Gamblin says Litle is solid, but he's just too small for 125, unfortunately. I'm not sure about that. Seeing them at the press conference when they did the face-offs, they seem pretty much the same height. So I'm not too sure if Ngamatwini is too small. I don't know about that one. I'm not too sure about that one. I'm not sure what you guys think about that, but I don't think he's too small. Moving on to the prelims. Let's get into the first fight on the prelims. Aki, I think this is the one that you mentioned you're looking forward to between Ntando, the Zulu Warriors on the end, God knows, Inglovu, the general, versus the Zulu
Yeah.
Warrior. Who do you have in this fight? And what do you think of the odds very specifically? Because if we're looking at Nintendo's record and who we know Nintendo to be and God knows his record, do you think those odds are too close? Should they be further? Are they okay?
I would say in terms of Zondi's record, because everybody's touting him to be this larger than life prospect. I think the odds are kind of like decent, because they're also it's not a huge spread like I would say Barat versus Ola's guy. Because it just shows that like they're giving Globu some respect. They're giving Globu some respect because he is, I would say, he has like experience. He has experience. He has fought uh, more than Zondi has. It's kind of unfortunate that he's also lost as much as Zondi has won. You know, he's lost as much as Zondi has won. But like, um, yeah, man, Zondi every time. I'm looking forward to Zondi showcasing his versatility. From ground game to striking. Like he's just crisp and yeah, like I said on my story the other day, we are cruising nicely with Zombie, man. We are cruising nicely. I love these odds. I just wish there would have been like a bit high, so that I could be able to pick Zondi and make some money off that. But yeah, that's shit odd. But like this just proves how good Zondi is. It just proves how good Zondi is. 1.4, 1.46. Yeah, I'll take Zondi any day.
Ola, how about you? Would you take Zondi any day for those odds?
Yeah, 100% Zombie. Yeah, sign me up for Zombie on this one as well. I'm not even gonna waste no time. Let's go.
Yeah, I think I'm with you as well. I have a very special place in my heart for God knows, but I have an even more special place in my heart for Zondi. So it was a tough one here, but I think
Stop
Zondi's
playing,
just
y'all.
gonna
You know it was always Zombie, bro. Like, come on, dad. Come on.
look.
Yeah,
God knows his own levels. If you look at the people he's lost to, he lost to Edson Machabani, right? And we know where he is now. He's at one. And he lost to Salahuddin Plaikis. Now, his record isn't the best, but when he started, he was a very electric fighter, not easy to beat. Then he beat Kelvin, and then he beat Vincent Nakana. Okay, fine. You're right. Okay, cool. You're right, Ola. For the fourth time tonight from both of us, you're having a good night. Next fight. Actually, look, I'm not even gonna say anything. Let's get into the next fight. To Twape Bembe.
Hey man, let me just look at this guy. Let me just look at Bembe, currently on a three-fight losing streak. You know, Bembe currently on a three-fight losing streak. We have Musa who recently just won against a huge prospect. Lucky Machet. Like that was like one of the fights that shocked me, to be honest.
He busted your parlay again by winning, right?
Yeah, he won. He won, and that surprised me because Lucky was coming all the way from the UAE, who had just lost, from the UAE. So um, I think that should give, I would say, Musa like a huge confidence booster. A huge confidence booster because he is currently trying to redeem himself. He's trying to redeem himself. So I'm looking forward to seeing him scrap. I'm looking forward to seeing him scrap. Yes, unfortunately, he was before he beat Lucky, who was currently on a like a shady fight. Um, he was currently on a two-fight losing streak, a three-fight losing streak. I'm sorry. So I would say I don't know, man. Musa, I would say Musa. I would say Musa in this fight because Musa is just he has that advantage. He's coming from a win streak. I would say Vincent is currently on down path, and I think it's about time Musa hit it up. So yeah,
Ola, how about you? To Twape Bembe.
Um, the good news is both both of these both of these got nothing to lose.
no,
Hey, but
they've got something to lose.
the bad news is whoever picks the loser out of these two, and I want it to be, I want it to be Aki so bad. I want it to be cracking so bad, but to pick the loser out of these two, man. But yeah, I can't pick against Musa here. I think obviously three fight skid. It's a madness. You got to be in the W column, man. You got to find a way to be in the W column, and for Musa, like you said, to be in the W column against somebody that's coming out of UAE with relatively decent experience as well. Um, that's not bad going. So yeah, I'm gonna go with Musa.
Uh, look, this one for me is a flip of a coin, mostly because everything Achi said. Setape confidence coming off a win, Bembe on the skid, despite his crazy knockout of our boy Rayo Sanchez. But I like Bembe as an underdog because of the Bembe blitz. I love the Bembe blitz. Will it catch Sethwape is the question? Look, if you're looking for an underdog, Bembe's definitely an underdog worth taking. Setope can get caught by the Bembe blitz, so that's all I have for anyone who's listening. And if you got my pick from there, then that's good. Moving on to the next fight,
Hold
let's
on,
talk about
what's the odds
Bosco.
again? Hey,
It's 1.65 versus 2.25.
Yao's trying to stay top. I need to think about this carefully. Like I said, this is the bad news. Whoever picks the loser is just a loser, really. You know? This is the bad news. Shout out to Musa. His nickname is Bad News as well, man. You know what?
Yeah.
I'm gonna stick with Musa, man. But god damn, just remembering that Sanchez knockout, he does got them hands like that. He could do that
Yeah,
still.
he's got that blitz, and if he catches you with that blitz, it hurts.
No,
And we saw what
Musa
happened.
can manage it, man. Musa can manage it, man.
That's
He's
what
gonna
I
deliver
think.
he's gonna deliver the bad news to Bembe. I'm going to say with Musa. Sorry. Let's continue.
Okay, let's go to Bosco versus Adams. I think let me just quickly jump in the chat. Jeffrey Lawton says that he has for the undercard for the prelims in terms of his parlay. He's got Zondi Adams Jungula. That's who he's looking at. Now we're talking about Yassine Adams, who is coming in against Lucky Bosco. We've got 3.2 versus 1.35. Those are good odds. If you have the guts to pick Lucky Bosco against Yassine Adams, Ola, let's start with you. Who you got? Adams Bosco.
Um yeah, I don't think Lucky is gonna get me lucky. Yeah, uh, you know, everything's unlucky with this brother, man. You know what I mean? There's nothing lucky about this guy. Everything's unlucky. Even the odds is unlucky. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Adams. I'm going with Adams on this one.
Okay,
Bro,
so yeah, go for it, Ahi.
Lucky lost to Kati Kati.
I was gonna say that you stole my line.
Everything about that brother is unlucky. That's what I'm saying, bro.
He lost to Kati. That is crazy.
So one
That
thing I
is
must say is that if you watch the head kick pod, you must know who Tapiwa Katikati is because we bring him up every show and we
By now,
absolutely love the Mighty Warrior.
no,
So
you know, absolutely destroy TK every time we come on this show, man.
I
Yeah,
don't know why you guys do
TK,
this to my
if
guy.
you're listening,
I love
TK,
TK.
if you're listening, yeah, Yao got some explaining to do, bro. You know
No,
what I
it's
mean?
you guys.
He,
It's not
he
me.
said when he sees you, he wants a gut check from you, man. You know what I mean?
I'll accept it.
If it's
Wait,
your
I
gut
just said
check
that on the
is
internet.
it's a loser. If it's your gut check is a loser, bro. You know what I mean?
No,
He
no,
wants
no.
a gut check
Look,
from you, bro. You know what I mean?
that's
And
no, no.
I'm
Look,
gonna back you, TK, to deliver the winning gut check. Yeah, where you see
do
Yao.
not put words in my mouth. From the beginning, I told you I back him because I back him. That's why even on a 10 fight wins skid, I still pick the man. So don't tell me I don't back the Piwa. I'm just saying the fact that we talk about him the same way we talk about John Jones, well, the same amount we talk about John Jones and Conor McGregor on the other shows, he is literally like a staple of our show at this point. So you have to know the Mighty
yeah.
Warrior if you watch Kick Him in the Head at this point.
Yeah, but
You have to.
what references does it make on the show though? That's the thing. I know we talk about him,
Oh
but
yeah, he's referenced because he's fought a lot of the guys that we talk about. For example, he's fought Lucky
He's
Bosco,
lost
and for
lost
me,
to a lot
you
of
run for
guys.
politics,
He's
bro.
lost to a lot of
Hey,
guys.
Yao is a lawyer, bro. Yao is such Yao is a lawyer, man. You should run for politics, bro. I swear to God,
but I'm
Mandela
not.
was proud of you, man. I'm telling you, bro.
Wait, Aki, did you make your pick in the Bosco fight? Yes, you did.
Yeah, man. Hell yeah.
That's
I'm
okay. So it's my
going.
turn.
I'm going. I'm
Look,
going Adams, bro. I'm going Adams. Hell
why?
no, I'm picking. I'm not picking the guy who lost against Kati Kati.
You
Who
sure?
even does that? Who even does that? A guy who's on a 10 fight skid. You lost to him. How long was
Look, it's
that?
okay. It's enough. Let's move to the next fight. We've got Jungul. Look,
Thanks,
I'm
yeah,
going.
yeah.
I'm I shouldn't have even asked. I don't know because you already said so. But look, I'm going with Adams. I'm going to leave it there. The odds I
Yeah,
think are
so that's
safe.
enough.
No, you like anyways. But with the Lucky Bosco odds, I think I agree with you guys. If you have money, yeah. Look,
Oh
There we
shit!
go.
I'm
Exactly,
dying.
exactly what where's this? It's gonna come up, but there we go. Exactly what Michael B is saying. We need to lay off the look. He will beat the hell out of all
This is
three
our
of us
job.
without
This is what I'm
blinking.
This
saying.
is our job.
That's
This
exactly
is
what
our
I'm
job.
saying.
This is our job. He should be whooping people in his job, not in our
Look,
job.
let's move on. Leave Tuppy alone. Let's
Hey,
move
hey,
on.
hey, Michael, hey, Michael, don't put me in there. What are you talking about? Three of us, like I did not. I'm being the one that's been supporting Katikati over here and telling these guys to leave him alone. What are you talking about? What that do, Michael? I ain't do nothing. You know what I mean? Is
We know
this
where the
two here?
problem is. It's not these two. We know where the problem is. I can't even point it in properly. Look, let's move on to the next fight. Chingula versus Intene. Okay. We've got Season Chingula versus Tebucho M16 Intene. Odds another good spread. But how do you guys see this one going? Before we move into that, Michael responds. He says that people are probably better at breaking down fights than Headgear 2.
Shots
Ooh, Aki,
fired.
that's coming straight for you, homie. That's straight for you. But yeah,
Shot fired.
I think the Sisa Jingula fight versus Tibuco, excuse me, M16 Tene. I'm going to go first in this one. It's an interesting fight. We obviously know that Ntena just came off a lost to Calvin Smith, who's also on this card.
Mm.
However, Jungula is only one professional fight, but if we look at the work that he's done in his amateur career, his career in versus, he's got this very suppressive style of fighting. And M16 is a striker. The boys from Pretoria, the guys from Pretoria, are all great strikers, but the ground games, for some reason, if you have like wrestling, not even ground game, wrestling very specifically, it neutralizes their striking. So for me, I'm gonna go with Cesar Jungula because I think he's gonna use the suppression wrestling that he's used throughout his career. He's gonna shut down the striking and he's gonna win the fight. Ola, let me come to you. How you see this one? Oh, and
Yeah,
with
man.
regards to the odds, they're heavy, but yes, wrestling beats striking. Let's go.
Yeah, yeah. For
Happy with
me,
those
it's
odds.
Jungula as well. It's got to be Jungula for me. I mean, like you said, the work that he done in Vassals, we've seen it. You know, obviously, it's 1 and 2 in Vassals, but the fight before that was on the IMMAF
IMF.
yeah, IMAF scene, and you know, he came up with a beautiful submission there. So, like you said, that goes to credence on his groundwork. So for me, yeah, I'm definitely going to be going with Jungula on this one. If I goes to the ground, is dangerous territory, for Antene. So yeah, we're gonna go with Jungula.
I would say this is my underdog pick, man. I would say Deboho. And I would say Deboho has the experience, you know. Like yes, he's coming off like the IMAF, like IMMAF senior. See, Jungula's coming off of that, and he's from Pretoria. But like I would think, Deboho just has that experience, you know. His resume says he has submissions in him, and he knows how to knock people out, you know. He knows how to knock people out. I would say this is my underdog pick, and may he please deliver me to the promised land because I know I need to be. I need to start winning fights now. So he's my underdog pick, and may he deliver me to the promised land. So I would say him, the Boho.
Uh,
Hold on. Did you say you need to start winning fights? You
I need to
start to
start
sound like
picking.
some. You
I need
need
to
to.
start picking
No,
winning some fights.
you started to sound like somebody you've been talking about all night, bro. Like I'm just saying.
Hey, bro, like keep cutty stay out of your mouth.
Who, me?
I'm gonna move straight ahead. Next fight between Mfana Futingubese versus Godfrey Mkwanaze.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, okay. I gotta put this up first. Achi, you got a very quick response from Michael B saying, "Listen, takes it back. You broke that one down nicely. So well done in your take on N16."
That's only because he likes M16. Like you should hear Cracky talk about people he don't like.
which is almost everyone.
Hey,
But yeah, okay. Let's hear
Exactly.
from you, Achi.
Exactly.
In this fight, who do you not like to win? Tell me about Feral Spunky, Godfrey Mkunazi, and Mfana Futingo Bese. Number 17 flyweight versus number 24 flyweight. 1-0 versus 1-3.
I would say, whoo, Godfrey, man. Godfrey just has that thing of just, you know, he just has that thing of losing, He just has that thing of losing because, like, remember, I think he was like hopping out of the cage, He's not like when he
Yeah, he
got
had a fight
submitted by
after the
Zombie.
fight.
He got submitted by Zondi and he hopped out the cage. I don't think he has that fighting spirit within him. I don't think he has that fighting spirit, that disciplined mentality within him, and he's an embarrassment to the sport. He's like a Van Damme. Trust me, he's like an embarrassment to the sport. He's like a Van Damme. So I would say, what? I would say Godfrey's gonna get submitted again. Because yes, he's good. He's good with it. He's good with it. But I think Ngobeze is a really talented prospect, and I'm just wishing because he did well in the amateurs. He did well in the amateurs. He's what 3-3. He's done 3-3, and he also has like that. I would say he has that one fight momentum fight. So he has that one fight win momentum. So I'm looking forward to seeing him, because I don't know, man. Like Godfrey just he doesn't do it for me. He doesn't do it for me. He seems like the person to cave and to let his emotions get the better of him. So and that shows you that if what happens if somebody takes you to deep waters, you know, are you gonna throw out your whole strategy? Are you gonna throw out your whole game plan? And yeah,
Yeah, look, I hear you, but we know the
Big
boxing
up
prowess
Basement
of
Jacks. Big up
Feral
my bro
Spunky.
Jax.
Shout out Jax in the chat. Thank you for joining
Yeah,
us.
man. Salute to my
Talking
brother
about that
Jax.
Niger flag, obviously supporting Segon Ogunuki. I hope I got it right that time. But look, we know Feral Spunky is a boxing prodigy, if you will. His boxing is on point. We saw what he was doing against Nintendo Zombie before he got taken to the ground and submitted. I think
yeah,
in this time he has learned what to avoid, and that his striking is what's going to come through. So for me, it's Feral Spunky. I think the boxing will just edge Ngubesi's experience because now he's going to have 4 fights. That's Feral Spunky in the EFC of 4 professional fights versus 1. And I think that's really what's going to come out. And if I look at the odds are very close, and I think that's for a reason. So I'm going with Feral Spunky. Ola, where are you sitting on this one?
Yeah, for me, yeah, definitely got to go with Gobese as well. Yeah, can't pick Godfrey, man. Can't pick Godfrey, bro. Like losing to an 0-0, like that's crazy, bro. And he's for some experienced fighters on on his record. When you look at some of the fighters that he's been in there with, you thinking to yourself, are you losing to an 0-0? So
No, but
and I
Ash
don't
Zola isn't just an 0-0. Ash Zola fought Ayanda Zwane in his amateurs. Ash Zola is not.
yeah,
He just get. Uh-huh, uh-huh.
I know what you're saying, but when I'm looking at professional records here, and I don't like I don't like what I see. What I see doesn't make for good reading, and
Fair.
good reading, this I'm not doing this picks for free, bro. Like these are points. That there's something behind these picks, bro. You know what I mean? So, yeah, for me, I can't pick Godfrey, man. I gotta go with Gobesi.
Okay, so we've got that pick. The next fight, the closest fight on the card between Bizane and Nakana. Vincent Nakana versus Mungisi and Bizane. I think for me, I'm going to go with Mungisi and Bizane. If I look at his last fight, he lost it. It was an absolutely bruising war against Nicholas Bamark. He
yeah,
honestly, he won that fight. If you were in the arena, if you watched that fight, he should not have an O next to his name. Whew, that fight was so intense. He showed levels, he showed skills, and he shouldn't have lost that fight. The odds for me do have it right with him as the favorite. We know Vincent Nakana, he's 1 in 5. He's on a 4 fight skid. And
Whew.
yeah, and you know how traumatized we are with skids right now. So, well, when I say we, I mean me. So I can't take a guy on the skid. So I'm going Nguzi Mbizani. Unless Nakana does something like
Hey, you're
what
cracking. Shout out, pops over there, man. I see pops in the background. Shout out, pops, man.
Yeah, shout out him, shout out him.
so yeah, I'm going with Mbizani. Ola, how about you?
Yeah. This one here is a toss of a coin. I'm not even gonna lie. There's no breakdown. There's not gonna be no breakdown from me. All I see is bare losses and one win for both of these guys. You know what I mean? It's a toss of a coin, man. So it's just about who wants it the most on the night. And yeah, I'm gonna go with let me see the odds again because the odds ain't even the odds ain't no difference. You know what? I'm gonna go with Nakana. I'm gonna go with Nakana just for the odds.
Yeah, I would say Buzani, man. Buzani, Buzani has shown to be the dude to fight against the odds. You know, he's yeah, man. You know, but like, listen, bro. Like, Buzani has shown in the amateurs that he's willing to take the fights that people consider him to not be able to win and turn that against him. Because in the amateurs, he fought against somebody who was currently 2-0, and he was 0-2 at the time. So he took that fight and he won it, and he turned his record around. So I think that's the fight that gave him the confidence to turn pro. Yes, like I said, like his fight with Vermark shouldn't have been a loss. It should have been a loss. It was an electric fight. If I remember properly, I think it was like one of the performance of the night. If I remember properly, I could be mistaken. But like, yeah, man, I'm gonna take Buzani like Junior for the win.
Last fight on the card. One of the fights I'm looking forward to because we have a debutante who has just come off the second EFC Contender Series.
Yeah,
And with the work that he did, he beat our guy, Joel Smith. He beat Joel Smith in his Contender Series win. Now, I'm talking about Kuni Lamprecht, who is on a 3 fight win streak from his amateur career, versus Tapelo Siabi, who is another absolute phenom from the amateur scene. He has, well, he's on a 5 fight win streak, 4 in amateurs, 1 in his professional career. He beat Vincent Nakana in his first fight at pro. How are you guys feeling about this fight? How are you guys feeling about the odds? The debutante is the dog. Aki, let me start with you.
man, like, cause like judging from Tapelo Siabi's win streak, I don't think it's 5, bro. I think it's 8. I think it's an 8 fight win streak, and
Yeah, they
he
can
has
only show the
been.
last five, right?
Yeah, I'm only looking
It
at the
only
last
shows
five.
the
Yeah,
last 5,
Yeah.
2, 4, 6. Because I see 7 here. It
8.
shows 7 here. But like, yeah, yeah, he has been like on a tear, and like come on, man, he beat Vincent Nakana, yeah, in his first fight, and he just showed that he belongs in the EFC. These are the type of guys we want. Imagine these are the type of guys who open cards. These are the type of guys who open cards. These guys are talented prospects who want to make a name for themselves. Like, this is the type of fight that takes you from the opening fight of the night all the way to maybe the second last card in the prelims. I'm looking forward to these guys. This is kind of like a prospect versus prospect. Like a Cameron Simon versus Peyton, a Peyton fight. You want to see who's gonna be the guy to make the most out of these fights. So yeah, man, that's what I'm asking, and I just want everybody to just slug it out. slug it out.
Hi, Papa Kraken.
Gotta put that one back up for sure. Okay, so
Yeah.
that's our picks for the main card. To anyone listening, don't
I
forget
haven't,
these
I
picks.
haven't picked, I
Huh?
haven't picked the
How I skipped you again? Oh my god.
bro. Like, what are
Ola,
you
talk
doing,
to
bro?
us. Talk to us. Talk to us.
Yeah,
Talk to
man.
us. Talk to
Yeah,
us.
I'm going to be going. I'm going to be going. I'm going to be going Lamprecht. I'm going to be going Lamprecht on this. Yeah, I understand. You know, Siabi's been on a tear. He's on that 5, 6, 7, 8 fight win streak. But Lamprecht is another one that knows his way, you know, around the cage, and you know, just looking by the work that he's putting already in a short space of time, he's not afraid to get in there with people that, you know, people that know what they're doing. So yeah, I'm gonna go with him. He's a good underdog, and yeah, he's gonna make me some. He's gonna put me up the table. He's gonna put me up the table, man. That's what I'm looking for in here. He's gonna put me up the table. And when I get to the top of the table and kick you in the head, yo, woo! You know how long I've been waiting for this? I'm about to make a name for myself. Let's go.
You ain't seen nothing yet. How's that? Oh, okay. He's gone. Okay, with though he's back. Okay, so
Sorry about
with
that,
that
guys.
said, let's get into the competition. Now we've heard your picks. We've heard who each of us think is going to win. Let's get into the underdog competition. To anyone listening, if you don't know the underdog competition, first subscribe to our channel, like our content, and then you can join the underdog competition. But the rules are very simple. We pick exactly 3 underdogs. The score is the product of the winning odds, and you may not pick fewer than 3 dogs or more than 3 dogs. For now, that's how we run the competition, and that multiplies out. And there's an example of how it multiplies out. Now, oh, where's my slides gone? Now, gentlemen, let's go. Where it comes to the underdogs, who are
Yeah.
your 3 primary picks? Looking at the whole card, it should pop up now. There we go. Looking at the whole card, the squares in red are the main card, the squares in blue are the undercard. Ola, let me start with you. Who are your 3 underdogs?
Um, my 3 underdogs are going to be Ogunuki, Baba Yaga, and yeah, I gotta go with
Dum dum
Lamprecht.
dum.
I gotta go with Lamprecht.
Okay. We'll get into the whys in a second. Achi, who are your underdogs?
Let's say I'm with internet. I would say internet.
Mm-hmm.
Um, oh, this is a good one. This is a good one. Now, you know what? I'm gonna go Bembe. I don't know. I know. I'm gonna go Bembe,
It's a good one.
He's
and I'm
risking
gonna
it for the
go.
biscuit.
This is a wild card, man. This is a wild card. So I'm gonna throw in there. I think Spusiso. Maybe root for the guy. Because all I said he's trying to put food on the table. I'm gonna try Spusiso. I'm gonna try
Yeah, man.
Spusiso.
Thank
I'm
you,
gonna
man.
try
Thank you,
Tenet.
man. He
I'm gonna try
deserves
Ben.
it, man.
Mm. Okay, I guess it's my turn, isn't it? Let's see. For my dogs, I'm gonna go with Lamprecht, guaranteed. For me, that's in the bag as a dog, simply because it's gonna be a submission finish. Yo, Ola's Ogonuki is scaring me. I'll be honest, but I'm gonna go with Baba Yaga. Ish Ola, we keep having the same picks. I'm going with Baba Yaga, Lamprecht, and Ngamatwini. Ngamtwini. Yeah, I'm gonna go with Ngamtwini.
Oh, you're really picking against meat?
I
I'm
can.
telling Joe.
No, bro, it's underdogs. What you want from me? I'm looking at the numbers. Look at the odds. It's 3.5, right? If it goes the distance, right? That's 3.5 times 2.5 times who's my third dog? Ish times 2.4. That's not very good. But what's yours? Your 6.5 is just scary. Like, and I need something close to I don't think Ogonuki is gonna win, so you're not gonna get it. But look, I'm going Baba Yaga,
Hey,
Lamprecht,
bro,
and
it's
Gum2.
MMA, man. Crazier shit has happened before, bro. What are you talking about?
Well, let's hope that. Well, let's see what happens. So, Ola, you and I will be either close or far, or Achi will be somewhere or nowhere.
Oh, come on, man. At least I get to be Joel. I get to be Joel and the guys because they're not here.
What is that?
They
Is
do
that?
have.
Is that? Is that? Is that why? Is that why you think you're gonna beat them? They'll send their picks to Yao.
So they do
So
have about another day to send their picks.
yeah, they're gonna send their picks, bro. Like
Okay,
you
I
better
see
not
that. I
think
see
just because they're not here, they're not gonna send their picks in. You got something worth
that.
coming.
Yeah, let's
Hmm
go. Let's
The
go.
the only thing we don't have is the edge of knowing their picks now. So I think. Wait, let me just tally this quickly. Bembe's 2.25, and your last one was Busisu 3.2. It's a nice one, and I got 3.5. Okay, so the total points tally we are looking at for each of us is, come on, Excel, don't fail me now. 35 for Ola. Sorry, 35 for Ola, 30.96 for Achi, and 17 for me. That doesn't look too good.
I like this.
No, no. But if Segon falls, you're on 5.4. For me, if yeah, no, look, I'm happy because Segon's not winning, so I'm easy. I'm easy. That 35 is not happening. There's no ways you're gonna get a clean sweep. But moving on from the underdog parlay competition,
Bro,
those
I
are
heard I
yes,
heard you also say no, it wasn't you. I'm not gonna pin that on you. It wasn't you that said it. Or was it you that said two fighters cannot win from the same gym on the same night?
yes, I
Who,
did.
who said it? You did.
It
Oh,
was
so
me.
you said that. Yeah, and
Yeah,
then it happened. Okay. All right.
yeah.
Yeah. All right.
And then I said that
Yeah.
two fighters from the same gym couldn't lose, and both what's it called, brothers, um, Mzwandile and I forgot their surnames.
I
The
can't, I,
brothers with the pecs, Achi, like the pecs.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
know,
yeah.
Mzwandile and what's his name? His brother's name? Anyways, they both lost in the last card, which was shocking. But let's get into the final part of the show, the bet booster picks
Hey, Cross,
from
don't come in here and start all that bullshit. Cross,
Luke Michael.
ain't nobody ask you, Cross. Yeah.
Let's see what Cross got to say. Cross, standard, standard, standard. Shout out to Crossover MMA in the chats. Oh, I just realized I've been skipping the chats for a little bit. Yayawa Doppelganger says, Nkonazi Lamprecht, Yemba, let's go. Um, Making the Walk says, Ola's going to get some payback on the Friday pick show for skipping him, Yao. It was a
Yeah.
mistake, I
Oh
promise.
yeah.
Ola, I
Oh,
promise.
hey, Jax already knows what I'm like, man. You know what I mean? He knows I'm coming for payback, bro. I go remind you, bro. I forget nothing. You know I forget nothing, bro.
Look, McDale will be taking me off as usual. And then we've got Crossover MMA saying, making the walk gonna get caught in the crossfire tomorrow in DUSD. Yes, he will. Just like the Wolf will get caught by DDP because now his coach is training with DDP. Now, before we talk about that, let's quickly get into Luke Michael, one of my favorite fighters, the first, first guest on our show. His best bets boosters as per World Sport Betting. He's got 2 leg, 3 leg, and a 4 leg parlay. Now, let's chat about his parlay. His is not an underdog parlay, it's just a general parlay. Where in his 2 leg parlay, he's got Cloudley and Pretorius. His 3 leg parlay, he's got them, including Ngamatwini, as one of his underdogs. And then in his 4 leg parlay, he adds in Baba Yaga. Now, we've all made our picks. He has in there, I think on my side, he has in there two of, he's got in, cross, he's got in there two of my underdogs that I have picked, have also been picked by Luke Michael. What do you guys make of his best bets booster? Do you think that this is going to come through? Do you think anyone who's watching should do a 2, 3, or 4 leg parlay based on this. Before we get into that, Ola, I'm going to start with you. Before we get into that, let me just shout out to the chat real quick. Crossover, stop the cap, the wolf. Yeah, okay, sure. Yes, I will stop lying. You're right. The wolf is not a very, very good fighter, but he is the most amazing wrestler. You're right. He's a fantastic wrestler, but one that's going to get beaten by DDP. Oh, making the walk. You say Boars will be boring against DDP, who is going to absolutely destroy him. So that oh, we got a Boars man on the panel, I see.
No. Hey, hey. Hold on.
Nah,
No,
man.
no,
All I
don't,
just
don't,
salty
don't
is
put me in no corner yet, bruv. Yeah. Do
all I
not,
just salty that
do not put,
drinkers made Izzy tap.
do not put me in no corner yet. I'm nowhere yet, bruv. You know what I mean?
I think
Hey,
your howl just put you in the corner. It was
no,
all
no,
you.
Hell yeah. Hell
no.
yeah.
Hey, I see Kraken defending the Wolf the last time as well, man. Why
Hey,
can't
man.
I
Hey,
do
hey,
it?
hey, 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 hey.
why, why can't I
No.
do it? You know
Don't
what I
you
mean?
dare use the rules against my name. Don't you dare use the rules against my name. You know that was the rules, and I had to do that. I'm a chameleon, brother. I'm a chameleon.
This is what I'm trying to say. I try to be a chameleon too.
Okay, but Ola, talk to us. Here's Luke Michael's parlay picks. Good idea to do a 2, 3, or 4 leg from your perspective.
Mm. No, I think you got good picks there. Probably the only one that I would have maybe said differently would have been the Smiths, Kelvin Smith fight, but I don't understand why he's picked against him. So yeah, for the most part, that parlay is a good one and should be making some money. So yeah, shout out to Luke Michael. I don't know what Kraken thinks about this parlay. I don't know what Kraken thinks about Luke Michael's parlay, but I'm sure we'll hear it.
Aki, tell us. Let's come to you. Tell us. What do you think about Luke's parlay? I like it. Like I said, he's got 2 of my dogs in his parlay. I'm happy.
He looks good. Money
It
maker.
looks good, man, but fuck with Michael.
I want to say it with your chest so that when he sees you, he knows who said it because it didn't come from my mouth. It didn't come from his
Fuck
mouth.
with Michael. He knows how much I hate him. He knows how much. That's why he blocked me in it. That's why he blocked
Okay,
me in
well,
it.
okay. Let's talk about the pick.
I'm kind of
What do you think
hoping
of-
that Shadrach. I'm kind
I,
of hoping.
I thought he was talking about the parlay, bruv. Like, what's
Yeah,
like,
I said
bruv,
it's a good parlay, but
okay.
I'm promoting Luke Michael. I'm promoting Luke Michael. But like,
You
yeah,
just said
man,
his name,
I
so
just
yes,
hope
you
that
are.
Shadrach could like have me be in his corner. I don't mind just even holding water or something or holding a bucket because I just want to stare down Luke Michael. I just want to stare down Luke Michael's ass. Like, I just want to be there. I just want to be part of history.
Why would you want to stare down into the eyes of the undisputed champion of the middleweight division? Like, why would you want to do something like that?
Hey, man, because
What you think this is? What you think this is slaps like slaps
nah, no, no,
box?
no, 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 no.
No,
I just want to be part of history. I just want to be part of history, man. We know that the duck is going to be duck hunted. We know the duck is going to be duck hunted by my boy Blamby. So that's the only reason, man. I just want to be a part of history. I just want to be able to celebrate my boy
I hear you.
knocking the lights out of like the fraud that is Luke Michael, the old gun. He's not a young gun anymore. He's an old gun.
I hear you and I see you. Okay, fair enough.
Look, we don't know if that's going to happen, but shout out to Jeffrey Lawton. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. We appreciate all your comments in the chat, Jeffrey. You're saying Pretorius is going to struggle. Watch the space. Ola, you did mention that he did struggle in his last fight. So Jeffrey's saying that is the 1 leg in this parlay that you should not take. Everyone else he's comfortable with, but he's saying Pretorius is definitely going to struggle. It's a good idea to take Benedito, is what Jeffrey Lawton is saying in the chat.
I personally disagree. I think, you know, Kevin Snakes is going to prove a lot of people wrong. He's going to prove the Jeffries of this world. He's going to prove them wrong, and I'm confident in him getting over the line. in this fight. Very, very confident of him getting the win in this fight. And the champ is also confident. He's picked him 3 times on them parlay there, man. So yeah, for me, I'll go with Kevin Snakes.
Kevin Snakes. Okay, well, gentlemen, that is just about the end of this prediction show. Uh, I think there's one more thing we need to look at before we sort of get out of here, and I'm sure you guys know
Oh,
exactly what it is, because I mean, Aki's hoping I don't find it, but it's coming. Uh,
Nigeria the carry last. Cracking the
Nigeriano
carry
they
last.
carry
Cracking the
last.
carry last. Nigeria the carry last. Cracking the carry last. Nigeria the carry last. Eh?
oh, come on, man. I'll be back. I'll be back. Watch the space. I'm not
Ah,
drinking. I'm not drinking this weekend. No, this Thursday. I'm not. Oh, come on, man.
so
Eh?
the space that we are watching,
At
let me
least
let's get it
slapped,
front and
slapped
center.
at the bottom of the table.
Let's get it right. Let's just put it right
Yeah.
up for
Joint
everyone to
top.
see.
Joint top, man. Joint top. Come on.
Joint top. All number one. Yes, Ola, we are all number one. Rambling Dad, number two, 2 points behind us. 3 points behind is Strikes and Strangles. That is Joel Smith. Then we've got Leroy from the Fight Week Show and running up, actually in the basement, holding up the table, propping up the table. We have Elite Slab
Basement cracking.
Sports, the
I'll be back.
basement Kraken. Look, if I think about it, Krakens should be in the basement because they got the tentacles and they kind of reach up and they pull everything down.
Right.
They just never
Yeah.
get to the top. They pull things
Uh-huh.
down, but they never get to the top. But we'll see what happens, Crack. We'll see what
Trust me,
happens.
Oh, hold on. Did he just call you a crab?
yeah. yeah.
Gentlemen, thank you so much for joining me for this prediction show.
Yeah,
To
come on.
everyone listening, don't
It's all
forget to
love.
like, comment, and subscribe at Head Kickpod on all platforms. Live watch along for the EFC main card on YouTube on Thursday from 7 p.m. Central African Time. That's GMT +2. I have no idea what it is in Dallas time, so I'm just going to stop there. Ola, Kraken, where can people find you on the socials?
Yeah, I'm gonna look the Fight Week show. Come check us out. We got Dust Up Shakedown tomorrow on the Fight Week show. You're gonna see us on all our associates platforms, making the walks, the crossovers, the MMA anomalies, the S Dogs, the Rambling Dads, Keith, kick 'em in the head. All our affiliates, they're putting in work, and cracking is always with us as well. So come check us out on the Fight Week show. Salute.
Hey man, you can catch me here, man. Elite Slab Sports on everywhere, man. Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. But you know me, my personal page, Achi the Kraken, on all social medias, man. Like, yeah, let's get it, let's get it, boy. But every day, every what is it? First every Tuesday before EFC, it's me and Yao, and we kicking them in the head, baby. Let's go.
Shout out to everyone listening, and until next time, don't forget to
Kick him in the
kick
head,
him
baby.